important part. The shower system right now, you leave it sitting like this for 20 years, it'll never grow a speck of mold. Now, the biggest and common misconception is that they think mold is going to grow on this stuff, or this caulking. No, mold's not really on its own going to grow on it. Now, the thing that mold grows on is soap. The soap, your shampoo, conditioner, stuff like that. When you take a shower and you splash soap on the wall, or you see some bubbles on the walls, you don't think much of it at the time. And you get out the shower, you go about your day, and you let the bubble soap dissolve or whatever. But what that does is it leaves a tiny film of the soap. Now, that little tiny film on its own isn't going to grow, but times that little tiny films by a year, 2 years, 3 years, then all of a sudden you look and you got a black speck in your pocket and you're like, what, why? Two things I started suggesting to people is do a little research about what if you use a specific type of conditioner or shampoo because it works great for your hair or your body or whatever. Do a little research on what cleans it off walls. And that's the cleaner I would suggest you use. Another cleaner for these systems, one thing that it tells you not to use is abrasive cleaners. So bleach, Clorox, stuff like that can't be really used in here. One time won't kill it, but you use it again and again and again, it actually starts rubbing the finish off these walls and off the tub too. And so vinegar-based cleaners are the most recommended by these companies. Vinegar-based cleaners. And another thing I've kind of started recommending to people too, because this is something that any installer across America uses, 50-50 denatured alcohol and water. That's what we use to clean throughout the process of installing these. That's what we use when you guys give us a service call about mold or whatever. That's what we use to clean the mold too. It just works. And like I said, it's just 50-50 denatured alcohol and water. Nothing crazy. But again, like I said, the best type of cleaner to use is whatever breaks down whatever shampoo or conditioner you use. Because, like I said, that's the thing that causes mold. That's the thing that most people miss out. And like I have in my own house, I installed one of these type of showers too, and it's all white. In fact, it's all white with black fixtures too. and so that brings me to this next part. Okay, so this is really important. You guys have galvanized water lines, which I don't know if you are aware of that, but and if you already know this part of the information, feel free to block it out. But I always tell it when I run into houses like these. You guys have galvanized water lines. What that means is, depending on when this house was built, after about 30 to 40 years, the inside of the water lines actually start breaking down and rusting. And so when you put in faucets, shower fixtures, shower heads, one day you might turn the valve on and you get little to no water pressure, and you're like, what the heck? 9 times out of 10, part of the water line, part of the inside of the water line, of the galvanized water lines, broke off, shot up, and hit one of the filters in either the cartridge or up there, and it just cuts your water pressure off like that. I always suggest to anyone, if you have old galvanized water lines, replace them. They're not good for your health too. Just in general, because the water may look clear, and that's the deceiving thing too about it. The water looks clear, but like when I took the old shower valve out, right? They used clear PEX piping for like the last 2-foot run or whatever, for the old shower valve. And I wish I would have showed you guys this back when I was tearing it out or whatever. But, you know, it turned the clear PEX orange.